In today's video, we're going to talk about Shazam 2 mid-credit scene, post-credit scene, aka Shazam Fury of the Gods. So yo, what is freaking good YouTube? Voice you here. If you are new around, and make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture, kaiju, monsterverse-based content that we do on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, turn notification on, and let me know down below. Did you like the post-credit scene? Did you like the mid-credit scene? Did you like Shazam 2? By the time I post this video, it will be out. Or at least I think the movie will be out. So, also if you could, check us out on Instagram at Stu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also if you could, check us out on Twitter, StuG. Right, I'm a spoiler-based channel, so do I really need to give a spoiler warning? Not really, but we're gonna give a spoiler warning anyway. So, if you ask me, both of these post-credit scenes are kind of pointless because they're not gonna go anywhere. So, let's break it down. So, the first mid-credit scene is Amanda Waller crony, John Economics, and Amelia Hardcore, aka James Gunn's wife, keeps appearing absolutely everywhere. I'm just saying, this character appeared in Black Adam, now appears at the end of Shazam 2 in the post-credit scene. They're wandering through a forest with a former complaining about the war, whilst the latter reminds him they're there for a new recruit, and are walking because they don't want to spook him. And of course, the recruit is aka Billy Batson in Shazam form, who is here in the middle of absolutely nowhere shooting cans and bottles with his powers for a laugh. Economics and Hardcore confront Billy and ask whether he would be interested in joining a superhero group. With the word justice, Billy cuts them off and accepts immediately, thinking he's joining the Justice League and will be working alongside his crush, aka Wonder Woman, who kind of appears in this movie in a small capacity. The pair correct him, saying they're recruiting for the Justice Society of America. Oh my god, Black Adam has been teased. Black Adam and Shazam. Not really, but it is kind of an indirect tease to Black Adam. But we know The Rock won't be playing Black Adam because he doesn't fit the role in Monsters and Gods, aka the DCEU Part 1. But if Shazam is canon, and realistically everything in this movie could be canon to the new DC universe, but it's also canon to the DCEU, Billy begins scrutinizing their choice of names, saying it's confusing for there to be two teams with the word justice. He then pulls out his phone and starts Googling to see what the word means, throwing in an Avengers joke. In the process, Economics and Hardcore become, I guess, braided and walk away. In an alternate reality, this literally teases up Black Adam and Shazam because Hardcore is one of Amanda Waller's cronies, and the connection is there. So now we have a direct connection between Black Adam and Shazam. The problem is, we still don't, the funny thing is, I've seen some tweets about people watching this movie really early going, yeah, the future of the DCU and the future of Shazam is very clear at the end of this movie, and it's not clear because this is left open. It doesn't have to be Zachary Levi Shazam. Could literally be anyone Shazam, so we don't know if it's clear or not clear. Now, an optimist could say, yeah, this is teasing up Shazam to join the Justice League, and that's what's going to happen in the new DCU, but this movie was originally made for the DCEU in mind, and at that time, Black Adam and The Rock was there, so we don't know what this means, so it's interesting, but I really hope one day we get a showdown between Black Adam and Shazam, and if they are going to recast Shazam as John Cena and recast someone else as Peacemaker. Although, I don't think anyone could do Peacemaker and jokes as well as John Cena could. So, the actual post-credit scene is a bit weird. That was the mid-credit scene. The actual post-credit scene, lads and ladettes, it's a bit weird because it's essentially the same post-credit scene we had in the first movie. Do you remember Mark Strong, who played Dr. Sivana? Really cool actor. Got to chat with him at the UK premiere for Shazam 1. We see him back in jail again. He's been there all this time. But for some reason, they decided to go with some random villains instead of actually using what they teased in the first movie. So, we see Mark Strong in a prison cell, just like we did at the end of the first movie. There is Dr. Sivana, who has been slowly going insane for years, following his defeat and capture. Mr. Mime, who is a worm, has connections to Shazam in the comics, once again appears in his cell. Sivana starts scrutinizing the worm for taking so long to hatch his master plan, Mr. Mind reminds Sivana that he's actually a worm, and his plan is taking a long time because he is a freaking worm, and it takes him a while to get around. It's really funny because I really want to see this Mr. Man, Dr. Sivana, going forward in Shazam 3. Hopefully this movie can make enough money. And I do actually like Zachary Levi as Shazam. I just think he needs to stop talking about his personal views on world life events. It's just not doing anything for him. Mr. Mind then reminds him there is something else he needs to do to continue setting his plan into motion. But like I said, both these post-credit scenes are irrelevant if they don't go anywhere. So the post-credit scene for the movie is the same post-credit scene as Shazam 1, which didn't lead to Dr. Sivana or Mr. Mind being the overall villains of Shazam 2. That was the Daughters of Atlantis. Kind of in a roundabout way, I guess you could say. And the mid-credit scene is them recruiting Shazam to be part of the Justice Society, who is affiliated with Amanda Waller's cronies, economics, and hardcore, Amelia Hardcore. She appears in absolutely every movie, and I've got nothing against that. It's just, why does she keep appearing there? So we've had 2 post-credit scenes teasing up something with Black Adam and Superman in the Black Adam movie. We kind of have a roundabout tease for Shazam versus Black Adam, kind of, but there is no Black Adam. And the main post-credit scene is potentially teasing up Mr. Mind in the future, which would be cool. I think Mark Strong, Dr. Sivana, really strong character in the DCEU, because that's what it's called at the moment. But does this make it any clearer what's going to happen in the future of the new DCU after all these movies have come out? Because we know The Flash doesn't really reboot or set anything in stone. So I think it's just going to be a case, if Shazam 2 performs well, then they probably will keep that continuity in them characters in the new universe, because Pete Safran is the producer of that movie, and James Gunn is literally keeping all his characters around. So Pete Safran will most likely do the same. But in order to do that, this movie has to perform well. That's why they've all of a sudden go, yeah, this movie has gone from $200 million production cost down to $100 million to make it look like it's going to break even. But I just think that's smokes and roundabouts to kind of justify keeping the Shazam family around. But there realistically isn't much more room they could do with the Shazam character, unless the Shazam character meets the Justice League or meets the Justice Society of America, because they've already done a lot with the Shazam family. Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm not actually reviewing the movie here. Yeah, we're just reviewing the post-credit scenes. So that's the post-credit scenes. I think they're decent if they go somewhere. If they don't, what was the point in them? Because it's the same post-credit scene from the first movie is the post-credit scene from the second movie. Ridiculous, if you ask me. And also setting up potentially Shazam joining Justice League. Yeah, or the Justice Society, that's cool, but is it actually going to go anywhere? So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at What'sDue to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, What'sDue, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.